What if I told you that waiting just 5 extra minutes to call back a lead could cost you over $100,000 this year, and that 40% of your competitors are even calling leads back at all? I'm about to show you the biggest missed opportunity in the contractor space and how fixing it could literally double your business overnight. Hey contractors, I'm Mauricio Cardinal from Contractor Marketing Pros, and if you're spending thousands on Google ads, Facebook ads, or Angie's List, but still struggling to convert those leads into actual jobs, this video is going to change everything. Because here's what most contractors don't realize. You could cut your marketing budget in half and still make more money just by fixing one simple thing. And I've got the Harvard Business Review studies and real contractor case studies to prove it. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you know exactly how to turn every lead you're already getting into a profit center. Let me start with the question. How long does it take you to call back a new lead? If you're like most contractors, you're thinking pretty quickly, maybe an hour or two when I finish this job. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that hour or two is literally killing your business, and I've got the numbers to prove it. According to a Harvard Business study review of thousands of leads, here's what happens to your conversion rates based on response time. Respond in 1 minute, you get a 391% boost in conversions. Respond in 5 minutes, you're 21 times more likely to qualify that lead. If you wait 10 minutes, your conversion rate drops by 400%. If you wait an hour, you're 7 times less likely to close that deal. You wait until tomorrow, you might as well flush that lead down the toilet. But get this, and this is from MIT research, 78% of customers hire the first company that responds to them. Not the cheapest, not the best, but first. Now, you might be thinking, come on, my customers aren't that impatient. But let's talk about what your customers are actually experiencing. A recent study found that 82% of consumers expect a response within 10 minutes of their inquiry. 10 minutes. That's barely enough time to finish installing a toilet. Meanwhile, the average contractor, are you ready for this? Takes 47 hours to respond to a lead. 47 hours. And it gets worse. The Harvard Business Review found that 23% of businesses never respond to a lead at all. Nearly 1 in 4 companies is literally throwing money in the trash. Think about that for a second. You're probably spending 50, 80, 100, 80 bucks, 100 bucks per lead. That's like buying premium steaks and leave them on the counter to rot. Let me give you a real world example how this plays out. Sarah, a homeowner in Phoenix, has a broken AC in July. She submits requests to 3 HVAC companies at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Company has an automated system that calls her back within 30 seconds. Company B calls her back at 4 p.m. 2 hours later. Company C calls her back Thursday morning. Guess who got the $4,500 repair job? Company A didn't win because they were cheaper or better. They won because they understood something the other two didn't. Speed is customer service. And here's what's really crazy. Only 5% of home service companies respond within 5 minutes. That means if you can figure out how to respond fast, you're instantly better than 95% of your competition. So what's the solution? I call it the 5-minute mandate, and it's based on something called the golden window of lead response. See, when someone fills you out a form or calls you, they're not just casually browsing. Their brain is in what psychologists call an active decision-making state. Their interest is at its absolute peak, and their focus is entirely on solving their problem. But here's the thing, that state only lasts about 5 to 10 minutes before life distractions take over. They get a text, their kid needs something, or they start second guessing spending the money. The contractors who understand this and respond within that golden window are basically printing money. Let me show you what the research actually says and why this is such a massive opportunity. There's a study by Inside Sales that analyzed thousands and thousands of leads across every industry. Want to know what they found? Only 0.1% of companies, that's 1 out of 1,000 companies, actually respond within 5 minutes. Think about that for a second. If there are 20 contractors in your market, statistically, none of them are responding within 5 minutes. You could literally be the only one. But here's where it gets really interesting. Those rare companies that do hit that 5-minute mark, their conversion rate are 8 times higher than everyone else. 8 times. That's not a small improvement. That's the difference between struggling and dominating your market. So if you got 999 out of 1,000 competitors moving at a snail's pace, and the one that's fast is eating everyone's lunch, which one do you want to be? Here's another insider secret from Angie's List, right? Most contractors know about Angi and Home Advisor and all those lead aggregators, right? Phonely AI did an analysis of which contractors actually succeed in these platforms, and they found something really fascinating. The top performers, the guys making serious money, aren't necessarily the cheapest or even the best. They're the ones using technology to respond in literal seconds. We're talking about AI voice assistants that call the homeowner or even the sales rep right before they even finish submitting their request. Picture this: a homeowner in your area submits a request for a new roof at 2 p.m. while competitors are finishing up their current jobs, driving to the next site, or waiting until the end of the day to check their emails. This homeowner gets a call in 30 seconds. The voice assistant, or even the rep, says something: "Hey, John, I see you requested a roofing estimate. I'm calling on behalf of ABC Roofing. Are you able for a quick 2-minute conversation to get this scheduled?" By 2:05 p.m., that homeowner has already appointment booked for tomorrow morning. When the competitors finally call back at 5 p.m. for the next day, guess what they hear? "Oh, I already found someone. Thanks anyway." Game over. First responder wins. Everyone else loses. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds great, but I can't be glued to my phone all day. I got jobs to run. That's exactly why you need systems, not superhuman effort. Let me break down that tech stack that makes this possible. Level 1, the instant acknowledgement. The moment someone fills out your form, they should get an automated text message. Something like, "Hi John, this is blank your company. We received your request for a roofing estimate or AC repair. Our project manager, our tech, Sarah, is reviewing it now. We'll call you personally within 15 minutes. Now, why text instead of email? The numbers don't lie. 98% of text messages are open compared to just 15% of emails, 90% of text messages are read within 3 minutes of being received. Think about your own behavior. When you get a text, you probably check it immediately, But emails, these can sit in your inbox for hours or days. Your potential customers are the same way. So most contractors, what they do is that they either send some generic robotic messages that sound like it came from a call center in another country. The key is making it feel personal and setting a clear expectation. Notice in my example, I used a customer's actual name, mentioned the specific service they requested, and gave in the real person's name and exact time frame. Now, how do you actually set this up? Well, this is where actually a platform like GoHighLevel becomes a game changer for contractors. Most contractors are trying to patch together different systems, maybe a MailChimp or ActiveCampaign for email, some basic CRM, and manual processes for everything else. It's a mess, right? GoHighLevel is built specifically for businesses. The moment someone fills out a form on your website, Google ad, or Facebook campaign, it automatically captures their information into your CRM, sends that personalized text and messages instantly. It creates a follow-up task for your team, can even trigger a phone call or email sequence, and also, once you set it up once, it can run forever, You could have a AC or a roof install, you can have different things, and your system is back at the office converting leads for you. I've seen contractors go from manually checking emails twice a day to having every single lead acknowledged within 30 seconds. The customer feels heard, you buy yourself time to finish what you're doing, and you already started building trust before you even spoken to them. The difference is night and day. Without this, leads are sitting there wondering if their request went through, getting more impatient by the minute, probably filling out forms with their competitors. With it, they're thinking, "Wow, these guys are on top of it. I can't wait to hear what from Sarah." Level 2, the Smart CRM. You need a system like Jobber, Housecar Pro, ServiceTitan, Job Nimbus, there's a bunch of them, that captures leads from all your sources, Website, Google Ads, Facebook, Angie's, into one place with instant notifications. But here's where most contractors mess us up, They think their field service software, their Jobber or ServiceTitan, is enough to handle lead management. And in some cases it is, Some of them do that, But don't get me wrong, these are all fantastic tools for running your operations, managing your technicians, and invoicing customers. But they're not really built for lead conversion, They're built for managing existing customers, And for capturing new ones at lightning speed. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's kind of explain how this works, What I recommend is having a proper integration. A lead comes in from your Google ad at 2 p.m. It goes to your website contact form, which maybe sends you an email. You're on a job site, so you don't see that email until 6 p.m. You manually enter it into Jobber to create an estimate. You call the customer the next morning. Meanwhile, your competitor who responded in 5 minutes already got the job. This is why my recommendation is to integrate marketing automation platform like GoHighLevel with your existing CRM. Think of GoHighLevel as your lead capture and conversion engine and your field service software, as your operations and sales engine. here's how this integration can work, right? In the real world, right? GoHighLevel acts as your front door. It's capturing leads from everywhere. Your website forms, Google Ads, campaigns, and even third-party sources like Angie's or HomeAdvisor. The moment a lead comes in, GoHighLevel immediately sends that personalized text, creates the follow-up task, and can even automatically call the prospect. Once the lead is qualified and you've booked the appointment, then it seamlessly pushes all that customer information into your Jobber, ServiceTitan, Job Nimbus, House Call Pro system, so your field service software gets a clean, pre-qualified lead with all the details already filled out. Your technician, right, or shows up knowing exactly what the customer needs, when they need it, and how much they're willing to spend. It's like having a dedicated sales team working 24/7 to feed qualified leads into your operations system. GoHighLevel handles the speed to lead challenge, while your CRM handles everything after the sale. GoHighLevel can also track everything, right? You know exactly which Google ad generated that $8,000 bathroom remodel job, or which campaign brought in your best customers. Your field servers can't tell that level of marketing detail. The contractors who get this right aren't choosing between systems, they're using the best of both worlds. Fast, aggressive lead capture and conversion on the front end, smooth operations management on the back end. Level 3, AI assistant tools. AI assistant tools can now call your lead within seconds, qualify them, and even book appointments directly on your calendar. Now, I know what you're thinking. AI calling my customers? That sounds robotic and impersonal. But hear me out, because this technology can be really good. These aren't robocalls from 2015 that everyone hangs up on. Modern AI assistants sound natural, they can handle objections, and they're specifically trained for home service conversations. Picture this: a homeowner fills out a form on your website for a kitchen remodel estimate at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Within 30 seconds, literally before they close their laptop, their phone rings. The AI assistant says, "Hi, this is calling on behalf of ABC Kitchen Remodeling. I see you just requested an estimate for a kitchen remodel. Do you have a quick minute to get this scheduled?" If the homeowner says yes, the AI continues, "Great. Just to make sure that we send the right specialist, are you looking to do a full kitchen renovation or more of a cabinet refresh?" Based on their answer, you can ask follow-up questions like budget range, timeline, and when they're available for an in-home consultation. Then it actually books the appointment directly on your calendar. If they say they're not available to talk, the AI responds, "No problem at all. I'll have our project manager, John, call you back personally. What's the best time to reach you, morning or afternoon?" The whole conversation takes, 5 to 6 to 7 minutes tops. And by the end, you either have a qualified appointment booked or you know exactly when your human team should show up. And here's the nice part, right? This is happening while you're installing a water heater, installing a roof, driving between job sites, or having dinner with your family. Your AI assistant never sleeps, never takes the day off, and never forgets to call a lead back. Now, GoHighLevel has taken this to the next level. They built AI agents, right? Instead of having to integrate multiple different AI tools, everything is built into this platform, right? The AI can handle inbound phone calls when you're busy, outbound follow-up calls to warm leads, text message conversations with the prospects, email response to common questions, appointment scheduling and rescheduling. Obviously, the AI, the more conversation it has, the better it gets at talking like your company. It has to know your pricing, your structure, your service areas, even how you handle common objections. Think about the math on that, right? If you normally convert 1 out of 10 leads because of slow response time, but AI can instantly engage every lead and convert 3 to 4 out of 10. You've just tripled your business from the same marketing spent. And for those leads that need human touch, the complex projects, the high-end customers, the ones with specific concerns, the AI smoothly hands those off to you with all the qualification already done. You're not starting from scratch. You're jumping into a conversation with a pre-qualified, interested prospect. Level 4, automated routing if you have multiple estimators or salespeople. If you have multiple estimators or salespeople, the system should reassign the lead to the right person based on location, service, type, or availability. Here's the thing that I've seen though, right? I've seen contractors buy all this fancy software and they still fail. Why? Because they make these critical mistakes. Mistake number 1, right? Over-engineering. Don't try to automate everything at once. Start with one simple workflow. Get an automated response out in under 5 minutes. Perfect that first. Then add complexity. Mistake number 2, generic automation with automated message. Your messages can't sound like robots. They need to feel personal and set clear expectations for the next steps. Mistake number 3, No follow-up system. Speed gets you in the door, but you still need a system for persistent follow-up. Most leads take to 7 to 10 touch points sometimes to convert. Mistake number 4, not measuring what matters. Make average response time a core KPI that you track religiously as you scale. What gets measured gets managed. Here's the bottom line. Most contractors are playing the wrong game. They're focused on getting more leads when they should be focused on converting the leads they already have. Think about it. If you're spending $5,000 a month on marketing to get 50 leads and you're only converting 20% because of slow response time, you're making $50,000 in revenue. But if you implement a 5-minute response system and bump the conversion rate to 60%, right, or even 30%, right, which is the data that shows it's totally achievable, you're now making $150,000 from the same $5,000 ad spend, right? That's an extra $100,000 per month or $1.2 million per year without spending one extra dollar on ads. Look, I could keep talking about this for hours because the data is just so compelling, but you probably want to know how to actually implement this in your business. That's exactly what we help contractors do at Contractor Marketing Pros. We helped roofing companies, HVAC companies, plumbers, remodelers, solar companies implement these speed to lead systems and seen revenue increases of 200 to 300% in some cases. If you want to see how this would work specifically for your business, I'd love to hop on a free 15-minute strategy call. Just go to contractormarketingpros.net, book a time that works for you. We'll analyze your current lead flow, identify where you're losing money, and show you exactly how to implement a system that responds to leads in under 5 minutes. Because here's the truth. While your competitors are playing phone tag with leads from last week, you could be booking leads from leads that came in 5 minutes ago. The link is contractormarketingpros.net. Book your free strategy call today. And if this video helped you realize how much money you might be leaving on the table, smash that like button and subscribe for more contractor marketing strategies that actually work. I'll see you in the next one.